Hello and welcome back. My sincere apologies. The actual normal schedule for these and the Sicilian defence have gone completely out the window due to work commitments and changes in my shift patterns and so on and so forth, and life in general. For the time being, I think it will be episodes are released as and when I'm able to do them. Hopefully over the next couple of weeks I have gaps in my shift pattern which will get me back on track, so fingers crossed we can proceed forward and obviously move in towards FM22 and we'll try and get back onto track completely. In the meantime, today we have 2 Premier League games for you. Welcome to Be a Legend. Welcome to episode 66 of To Be a Legend. My name's Mark, and on today's episode, those are 2 Premier League games, as mentioned, both home games, and they are against Sheffield United and Leicester City. While you were away, we've been tinkering with things because, as you know, we were having a bit of a poor run. But before we get on to what's been happening, let's have a look and see what's been happening in the transfer market. So in the transfer market, we have a couple of incomings. I think Ines Hagi, you may have seen him come in. He's come in from Crystal Palace for £9 million. Hopefully he's going to do the business. Pressed the wrong button then. As you can see, can play anywhere across the attacking midfield. Can actually play down in midfield as well. Can also play as an out-and-out striker, but his best position realistically, I think, is, well, actually out on the right of the attacking midfield. Can play on the left reasonably well as well. So far, he has made 1 appearance for us, scored a rating of 7, XG of 0.10. Hopefully, he'll pick up on that a little bit. And he has made a couple of Carabao, if this is right, it's Carabao Cup appearances. Let's have a look at his career stats. That's probably better. He had played 22 games for Crystal Palace in the first half of the season. 2 goals, 7.13. He's played just that 1 game for us to date. So I'm sure he will go on to that. As you can see, he's been around a little bit. Watford, Rangers, and so on. So that's Hagi. Leighton Stewart, he's come in. He's come in from Liverpool. High expectations, as you'll see. Dribbling 17, first touch 16, finishing 12, acceleration 17, pace 16. So he's looking awfully good, and he has got potential. He's 24 years old, valued at 9.5 million. We've not paid that much for him. Current ability 3 stars, and we're expecting him to get up to 4.5, 5 stars. So he'll be interesting. Watch him to see how he progresses in the next season or so. He's been around on loan. He's come in from Liverpool for 1.6 million. So a good job there. Queen's Park Rangers on loan, 46 appearances for them, 19 goals, 2 assists, 2 player of the matches. Then he's been out in America, Atlanta in the MLS, 13 appearances, 7 goals, and New York City FC, 21 appearances, 12 goals. So we'll see what he can do as he comes in and join us, gives us a little bit of extra welly up front. Outgoings then, O.P. Edwards, he's gone out on loan to Oxford United. Cameron Lewis-Brown's gone to Harrogate for 5,000. And our big sale, Robert Sanchez, gone out for 2.8 million. He's gone to Rangers. To be honest, Kovar we have got on an option, so he's more likely to stay with us. And then I think if we don't get another goalkeeper in this window, we potentially will in the next window. And really, I think it would only been a matter of time before Sanchez started complaining about game time. In fact, I think he'd already had a little bit of a grump. So I think as we had an offer and a decent offer from Rangers, I think it was a good opportunity to offload him. As you'll see, not rated extremely highly by our scouts. 3 stars. And to be honest, I think his ability wasn't much more than that, 29 years old. So maybe a younger version of him coming in that can grow into this particular side. What's been happening since you were last with us, and then we'll get on with today's games. You were last with us, Liverpool and Everton. Since then, we played Chelsea, lost 3-1. Vasilos Agatassis scoring after 80 minutes. That was our consolation goal. Aston Villa, we lost 2-1. Josh Blakesley getting the goal for us. I'm not sure whether we opened the scoring and then threw it away. Yes, we did. Blakesley after 33, and then Silva and Bezanin in the second half. And as you'll see, we were playing this formation. We're actually sticking with that formation, but changed it up very, very slightly. So we'll see how we go. And then Chesterfield in the FA Cup, a 3-1 win, which gives us a fourth round tie against Wolves, which back-to-back Wolves games a little bit down the line. I'm not sure where we'll see those or not. I'm not quite sure where we're coming back, but I will check that out in a bit. Goals from Henry from penalty spot after 5. Good Johnson and Blakesley after 89 wrapping it up. And then we had a firm 2-0 win against Watford away from home. Josh Blakesley after 12 and Aaron Henry after 47. Nice to keep a clean sheet. That's what we got out of that one. Right, so through to our first game of the episode. It is a game against Sheffield United at home, and when we played them earlier in the season, because we are now coming around to our second games against these sides. It was Sheffield United was a 0-0 draw, and Leicester was a 1-1 draw. So draws first time round. Let's see if we can convert them into wins. Where does it leave us in the table? Because that's important. We are 5th. So after all, we are 5th, 4 points clear of Everton, who are in 8th. So still doing quite well in the sort of European contention, as it were. 5 points adrift of Manchester City, who are currently lying in 4th, and quite a few points. In fact, 21 points adrift of Manchester United now, who are looking at running away with the Premier League this season. No Ronaldo at this stage in the game. So there we go. So who we're playing today? Sheffield United. I will turn that off while we're doing the changes as well. Sheffield United, our first game up. And then we have a game against Leicester, who are 11th. They are 25 points. But Sheffield United, I think, will be our best opportunity for points. Albeit, I think we can probably, because Leicester have lost 3, drawn 1 in their last 4 games. Only won 1 of their last 5. And Sheffield United, they've lost 3, drawn 2, so even worse. Let's see if we can pile on the misery. We'll be right back with that game against Sheffield United. And here is the side that we're putting out against Sheffield United for this one. Kovar is in goal. Gomez, Froggatt, Burns and Lasala are defensive line. Flores and Henry are up front, in front of the defensive line. Montondo, Haggy and Blakesley moving out to the right on this particular one. Leighton Stewart comes in as our attacking forward. Is it that his best position, though? This is the question. Pretty much. So that's where he is. McGill, Robson, Carroll, Gattis, Good Johnson, Jenks and Afri are all on the bench. We need to give a number, I've just realised, to Stewart. But that's how we line up for this particular one. As I say, we have tweaked it. We're still playing the 4-2-3-1, but just tweaked the bits in between a little bit as well, just to see if we can change it up and hold on to that thing. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Leighton Stewart is lacking match sharpness, may struggle to see out the match. Right, hang on a minute. Let's just check then that we have got a right-sided player. Gas can come on, that's fine. If we move Blakesley into that middle there, right, we need to give him a number. And the first number available is number 35. So he's going to have number 35. And we will go to the match. Just make sure everything's switched off. We've not been doing any editing and things like that. And here we are. Right. Pump fist. Outstretched arms. I want you to pick up where you left off last time. We got a few motivated players. Leighton Stewart. We're going to just give him a little bit of a faith in you. Go out there and make a difference. Not really pumped him up. Will you look to attack here? I wouldn't even tell you if I had such a plan. Luke Thomas misses out due to injury. How much of an absence? Things happen, but we'll try not to miss him too much. Good to have 2 home games here on the trot. And as I said, chances to get our points back. Obviously, we've been playing them in between games on the laptop. So that, for some reason, has done that again. Hopefully that's a fix we'll get in FM22. Would be rather nice. I've just noticed Finley, Burns and Haggy not really 100%, I don't think, and wasn't telling me that that was the case either. Early skirmishes, not a lot happening. We've seemed to have had the best of the play. Half an hour gone. Let's just try and encourage them a little bit. Sheffield coming back into it. Just a wee bit. We're going to head to half time. Oh no, we have a highlight. Gomez with a throw in, but it's being cleared, and it's cleared to them. Is this danger, or are we going to win the ball back? Come on, boys. Get in there. Win the ball back. Lasala does. To Henry. Henry forward to Blakesley. Playing out on this right-hand side this time. He's going to have a shot from distance. And it wasn't a million miles away, but it was just a little bit wild. As he gets in there, half-time does arrive. A 0-0. And that's an interesting thing, isn't it? Based on the fact both lines are red. I think this one, because they didn't do a great deal until sort of probably halfway through that first half. And then came back into it. As you see, they really sort of picked up. We did increase ourselves a little bit. 6 shots, 2 on target, a 0.5 on the XG, 54% possession against their 4 and 3, a 0.44, and 46% possession. I think it's all to grab in the second half. Be right back. Just a wee bit of small tweaking at half time as Leighton Stewart gets us underway. No changes that I'm aware of. So we're as we were. Henry with a free kick now. He's got it inside to Haggy. Back to Henry. Inside to Flores. Tackle trying to come in. Didn't happen. Haggy. And it's crossed into the box. Blakesley's there. Sweeps it home for his 14th goal of the season. 51 minutes on the clock. And we will take that. Well worked. But here, Henry getting it in. Flores moving it outside the box. Haggy cross it in. He's got a deflection. I don't think it was meant to be a cross for Blakesley, but he got a deflection off of the defender, and we'll take that. Thank you very much. But the highlight continues from kickoff, which is always a bit of a worry, because are they going to come straight back at us, or are we going to win the ball here? Come on, boys. Get yourself sorted. Is it going to be the former? Is it going to be the latter? It's gone out wide to Jones. Crosses in. Oh, a bicycle kick. Now, we haven't seen many of those. But it was way off target as it turned out. And the highlight still continues. We're going to get this from kickoff. Burns forward to Blakesley. Back to Henry. Finds Flores. Nice. Just simple movement. Henry to Blakesley, who's run into space. He's put it through for Stewart. And here's his chance to open his account. He has. And first goal of the season, well, first goal for us in his first game. So a goal-scoring debut for him, and Blakesley put that on a plate. But it was good movement once we'd won it, and then created the space. Leighton Stewart running through once he'd picked it up. Nice. Those dribbling and first touch skills were perfect. Was he onside? Yes, of course he was. In the gap, and once the goalkeeper pretty much committed himself, it was game over. And it could be game over. We've got another highlight, and we've not moved on much time-wise. Don't really want them to get back into the game right now either. It's gone out wide. And They still have it, but it's blocked. Early doors. Oh, my goodness me, what happened there? I think, actually, Kovar saved that. It looked like he headed it into the ground and then got rid of it, but Blakesley heads it back to Aranz out on this side. It's headed back in, but Lasada clears, and that's going out for a throw. We'll see this again now, as this... Gomez didn't really go for that. And Jean Prairie heads it down. I think I'm still not convinced Kovar actually did much with that, but anyway, it's all fine and dandy. Right, we need to man-mark Man and Perry apparently, so let's deal with that as our first course of action. Mark and press, and Perry will do the same. Mark and press. That'll do you. As we come back, Haggy is tired, so maybe there's an opportunity there to change him while we're off. Who's going to come on for Haggy? Gatasis is going to go into that central attacking midfield role. Just that one change for the moment. And we'll confirm the subs. And away we go. Pushes that ball out wide to Man, but he's made a wrong pass. It's Gatis to Montando. Montondo, is he going to have a go from distance? He is, but straight in the arms of the goalkeeper. That was a bit tame and a bit of a worry. We have a free kick. Henry with the free kick to Gatisis. Back to Henry, who nearly lost the ball at his feet, and Henry's given that away. Very poor ball. And I'm not quite sure who this is, but he's run away from Burns. He's run away from the ball, and they're on. And shot from distance, a little bit wide. All came from Henry giving the ball away. Burns just sort of like ambling back, as you do, instead of going out and... but then I suppose he did defend well. He stayed on that line and kept the player out wide, which was good play. We'll let him have that. Blakesley having a good game out on that right-hand side, so he's done okay. With a throw-in, Henry gets the ball to Gatisis, back to Henry. Henry with a long scoop ball forward, looking for for Stewart. He's found him, and Stewart's going to have his second of the game. On to a hat-trick now, 3-0 against Sheffield United, and this is better stuff. Fairly solid defensively. Lovely ball forward. And I wasn't too sure whether Stewart was going to get that, but he did. First touch was perfect. Created a bit of space for himself and let go. Henry is tired now with 75 minutes on the clock. Bobby Carroll can come on for him. Again, that's the only change we're going to make for the moment. Mantondo and Blakesley both tired now. Can't take both of them off. I guess the question is, Robson can play on that side. Let's put Robson there, because and we'll have to go with that. Lasala's tired now. We're getting quite a few players tired, but they are tiring up as well. So all in all, headed down Flores to Gatisis, to Stewart, to Robson. Back through for Gatisis, who puts in number 4. And we're romping this one. 4th goal of the season for Gatisis. And he's contributed excellent since he's been on. Flores, lovely forward header. Gatisis with the ball to Stewart. Robson popping it into space. And Gatisis run through and tucked it away. Sheffield United defence all over the place. And that's how it finishes. 4-0 You'll see our XG sort of like ramped up there. Goals from Blakesley after 51, Stewart after 53, Stewart again after 74, Gattesis after 90 minutes. So a performance from Leighton Stewart was a bit slow to get going, but once he'd got going, did consider taking him off actually at half time. But I think though he was demotivated by me saying to him, come on, you can play better, did actually play better. Right. Very happy with the result and the way that you played. Individually, Leighton Stewart, pleased with your performance out there tonight. As we did for Josh Blakesley. Outstretched arms. Pleased with your performance. Who else do we have in that statue? I think Kovar. Lasala, 7.9. Even Finley Burns was good. And then coming on, Gattesis had a good game once he come on. I think to some extent everybody played their part. Even the substitutes. You see there's 3 substitutes all getting over 7. Such a positive result. Must have gone down well with you. Absolutely, players know they'll get the day off after match if they win. Absolutely love it when that happens too. To say that particular result was on the cards without being an exaggeration. It's a good feeling when everything comes together and culminates in results like today. The team deserve every credit in the way they played. An immediate impact from Leighton Stewart. Blakesley picks up the plaudits. He's going to get the handshake. Superb in front of goal. Keep it up. We're going to do as usual the post-match conference rather. Offline, and we'll do all that stuff, and we will come back with the team that's going to play Leicester in our second home match of the episode. Is coming next. And before we have a look at the team that's going to face Leicester in this game, we've got coming up, there are the scores from the recent games. In fact, I think they played the day after we played. Tottenham drawing 1-1 with Leicester, which was interesting because that means that Tottenham couldn't get past us. Not they would have done on goal difference anyway, but they were on level terms with us, I think, but not now. They've dropped back a little bit. And also, interestingly, Manchester City drew 0-0 with Norwich, which is even better because we are literally now just 6 points. But in fact, they've played again. They have played again. So we were just 3 points behind them. They must have won their next game. In fact, they played the early game here. Look, they've beaten Tottenham 5-1. So they are now 6 points in front of us. If we can win this one, they'll be just the 3 points again where they were. So let's see if we can do that. But the interesting thing is now that 7 point gap to Everton, who are down there. They've got a game in hand, actually, I've just realised. So at the moment, that 7 could only be 4, but yeah, they're that's where we're lining up at the minute, and looking at over our shoulders, open that gap up between the 8th place and where we are, and things will be looking quite good. Right, we'll be back with the team that's going to play Leicester. And here is the team that we are putting out against Leicester. I was going to say Sheffield United then. McGill in goal because Kovar, of course, is ineligible to play because he is a Leicester player. And that has reminded me that we do need to look at bringing him in because we have got an option on him at £2.2 million. And I think we need to invoke that. And had I thought about doing it before now, we would not have had the issue that we have. Gomez, Froggatt, Burns and Lasala are in defence. Carroll and Henry in that midfield role, good at working together there. Montondo and Blakesley are outside of Haggy. We just need to change them to inside forwards because they certainly played a lot better as inside forwards. Haggy is the attacking midfielder. And Leighton Stewart continues up front. I have just noticed that Flores is injured and is on the bench, so we'll need to swap him out in a minute. Let's do that fixes that. Jenks, I think, in for him. Grycek, Robson, Jenks, Gattesis, Goodjohnson, Delabasharu and Afray are all on the bench. Stewart may struggle. Certainly didn't struggle in the first game he played with us. Let's hope he doesn't struggle in this one. Right. Pump fist. No. Hands together. Point finger. Go out there and carry straight on where you left off. Leighton Stewart. Keep a good form today. He was excellent last time out. I think that's absolutely right. Josh Blakesley, I think we'll probably say pretty much the same to him. I know you were excellent last time out. That's not had any effect either. So we'll leave it at that. Billich's decision to put David Hanko on the transfer list, not my thing. Leicester recent struggles is his chance to pull on the misery. Only a forward discard their form in favour. Disregard their ability in favour of form, I think, is the premise of that one. Stewart getting us underway. Carroll to Burns to Henry to Blakesley. Blakesley lobs it forward for Leighton Stewart, who fires it straight at the goalkeeper on this occasion. And the Priestland not happy. And I think he was offside actually when that was. Is that what? Yeah, linesman flags for offside. Lasala with the throw into Blakesley. Back to Lasala. Lasala to Burns. To Haggy. Henry crosses out wide for Gomez. Gomez inside to Carroll. Carroll crosses into the box. Finds Mantondo. Henry goes out wide for Lasala. Lovely ball across looking for... I'm not sure who he was looking for, but didn't find him. Gomez, he picks up. Comes in now. And that's a little bit short, but Froggatt push it back out wide to Lasala. The highlight continues. Henry goes back out to Lasala. Lasala, get the cross in. Yes. Oh, swept in there by Leighton Stewart, but it was blocked by Priestley. It's gone out for a throw on this near side. See that highlight again. Henry, nice ball to Lasala. Sweeps it in, and I'm not sure if it's the goalkeeper or the post he hit there, actually. We look at the other stats, we can probably find that out. We'll stick it in this bottom one here. Match stats. Doesn't say we hit the woodwork. Doesn't say we hit the woodwork, so we'll put that down as a save. Cancel that, don't want to do that. Go back to Leicester. Stats. Where is Leicester stats gone? There we go. They have a free kick now. Jackson with the free kick is headed and put wide. Thankfully. 16 minutes on the clock. Aaron Henry picking up a yellow card. It's cleared. Whatever was happening there. Mantondo. He's got Cleary's man. And not absolutely certain what he was doing there. Thought he was going to try and flick that inside for Leighton Stewart, but he didn't do it. And it's a bit disappointing in the end. Gomez to Haggy. Back to Gomez. Back to Haggy. Carroll. Carroll with the ball. And he's been tackled. Held on to it too long. And they have a counter on now, which we need to be very, very careful of. But it's a poor ball forward. Froggatt gets that ball forward and it's given away straight away. But Gomez wins it back and gives it away straight away. Good at winning the ball back, but then losing it very quickly. Jackson now. We need to watch him on this side. He's got round Gomez. And he's got it inside. And I think that was a save by McGill. Couldn't hang on to it, but it was a good save. Come off McGill and hit the crossbar, I think. just sneaking back into the game a little bit. Leicester need to watch them. Half time comes, it's 0-0. We can live with that for the moment. We've had the better of that first half, but we're not putting the chances away. 4 shots, 2 of which on target, 0.73 on the XG, 57% possession against their 2, with only 1 on target, a 0.28, and 43% of possession. Will be back for the second half shortly. And you come back for the second half. Leicester get the game underway with Firmino. And no changes made at half-time that I'm aware of. They have the early highlight, and hopefully it's not going to come to anything. Jackson on this side has been a bit of a thorn. He's got round Gomez again. Gomez trying to make the tackle, and Sabatier having the shot, which was a bit wayward as it was. They have a corner now with Jackson. And it's a headed goal from Vavro. We go a goal behind. Disappointing. Disappointing to give away. Who was that marking him? Blakesley actually marking him. Didn't get up. I'm not quite sure where Froggatt and Burns were. Well, throwing on that far side. Gomez to Haggy. Back to Gomez. Gomez now sweeps it back looking for Froggatt. Henry. Carroll. Carroll through to Blakesley. Finds Montondo, and we've equalised. 3rd goal of the season from Matondo, and that'll do. We need to find another one now to win this game if we can. Lovely ball. Carroll. Blakesley with the ball to Montondo, who swept that first time and given the goalkeeper not a lot of chance. No more than we deserved, I think. We've got a couple of tired players out there. Let's have a look at... in fact, we've got a few players with 77 on the clock. Maybe it's time for changes. Gattis is on for Haggy. Gomez is tired. Robson on for him. And do we change at the back? Good Johnson on that side. And that'll be our 3 changes. Pompfist, go out and make a difference. Confirm substitutes, and away we go. Montondo and Blakesley tired. Montondo has picked up a knock, but as we've made our changes, we can't do much else. We're going to have to go with it and hope that we can find a way through here. Henry is now tired as well, which isn't ideal. We have a corner. Blakesley with the corner. Sweeps it in. It's headed clear. Robson comes and picks it up. Froggatt has got back into sort of semi-defensive. Carroll. Back to Robson. Crosses it in for Blakesley. We've got it. 15th goal of the season from Josh Blakesley. And with 84 on the clock, the crowd go wild. Carroll. Back to Robson. Robson, who's just come on, found Blakesley, and we're good. It's not gone to VAR, has it? We are checking the offside here. No, he's onside. As the ball is kicked, he's onside and run through with that ball. Right. 2 things we're going to do. Do we stay positive? And I think what we'll do is we're going to tempt Providence and drop a bit of praise, which will joy them up. Gattis is heading down to Robson. Henry to Carroll. Carroll sweeps it out for Blakesley. Blakesley now through to Stewart. Stewart. That's it. Game over. 3-1 win at least And Leighton Stewart keeps up his scoring record. 2 in the first game, and he's got 1 in this one. But lovely out of defence that. Blakesley through to Stewart, and this is exactly plenty of space. And he's whacked it to the left of the goalkeeper. 3-1. What a comeback this is. Definitely onside. Josh Blakesley with 2 assists in this game, and I think he can be proud of once again his contribution. And deep into injury time, that was superb. Late goals, 72, 85, 90 plus 3. We'll take that every day of the week. What a good episode this has been. Oh, that was very naughty of me. I didn't, very quick and didn't come back. You must be thrilled. I'm delighted. How long do you think the unbeaten run can last? I don't want to talk about those chances this time. And there we are. 3 points behind Manchester City. 6 points above Tottenham now. And 9 points above Brighton, who are currently in 8th place. They've got a game in hand, but we're currently, that's where we are. So, I mean, Leeds will drop down into there if they're not there anyway. So we are, as it stands, 9 points clear of that. So we are cementing ourselves into a European position. A young Charlton side showed that you can win with kids as they come out on top against a much more experienced Leicester team on a soaking wet afternoon at the Valley. It was indeed. And the rest of it we will do offline. We will be coming back. We've had now a run of 4 games since that FA Cup third round. Obviously tweaking our formation has been quite good. Only conceded 1 goal in those 3 games as well, which is very, very good. Wolves will back-to-back those. Premier League and FA Cup 4th round, and then we will come back for Manchester City and Tottenham, and if we get through to the 5th round, we will feature the 5th round in a latter episode, I think, is what we will do. I think that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button to keep you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series as they are released. New episodes of To Be a Legend are currently released every Monday and Thursday. Well, I say every Monday and Thursday. It's going to be a bit wishy-washy at the minute because today's episode I'm recording on Monday. We've missed the deadline for today's. It's going to go out on Tuesday, and I think the rest of it will just disappear into the ether. And I haven't recorded Thursdays either, so that possibly will be recorded on Friday to go out on Friday afternoon. So this week, To Be a Legend, Tuesday and Friday. And the Sicilian defence, it was just a case of when I get round to recording those and release them. Maybe you get 2 over the weekend if I can get round to it on Friday or before then. Nobody's watching them anyway at the moment. So, but if you want to keep up to date when we're releasing these, then follow me on Twitter, JustOffside2. That will keep you up to date when we're releasing videos, because at the moment it's just all over the place, as I mentioned at the top of the episode. Don't forget, join me then for episode 67. That'll be our next episode. Until then, it's goodbye.